Can you trust market forecasts by real estate experts? How is the Sonoma County real estate market truly doing right now? I'm Roelof Drenth, Sonoma County's most trusted realtor, and in this video I'm going to tell you what prices are doing right now. Then I'll tell you about 5 trends in the market. How many homes there are in the market, how many days it takes to sell them, did sellers have to reduce their prices, and how much discount did they have to give? And lastly, interest rates. I'm also going to tell you why you have to be careful when you hear people making statements about market or even forecasts. And finally, I'll give you the conclusion. How is the market actually doing today? The median price in Sonoma County is now $815,000, which is 0.6% lower than last year. To see the true trend in the market, I always compare with the same month last year, which eliminates seasonal distortions. There are seasonal patterns in the market that repeat themselves every year, and those fluctuations don't represent the overall trend in the market. This way I can accurately say that the market has gone down 0.6%. You see, when you're looking at market data, it's easy to get lost in the woods, look at the wrong numbers and draw wrong conclusions. In these videos, I always present data that actually means something and is a true reflection on what's happening. Now I'll tell you about 5 trends that are happening in Sonoma County. First is inventory. Let's see how many homes there are in the market in Sonoma County. And by the way, do you see what I mean by seasonal fluctuations? In the winter and spring, inventory tends to go up, and in the fall it comes back down. Right now, there are 662 homes on the market, compared to 692 in the same week last year. So, inventory came down 5% from last year, which is a sign pointing to a better market this year. But you can never look at just one aspect to draw a complete conclusion. 2 is days in the market. Right now, typically it takes 33 days on the market before a home goes into contract. For the same week last year, this was 20 days. So, today it takes a whopping 65% longer to get a home into contract than last year. As you can imagine, this is a sign pointing to a weaker market this year. 4th is price reductions. Last week we had 42 price reductions in the county compared to 46 last year. This is a drop of 1%. This means that we have fewer disappointed sellers in the market than a year ago. Fewer disappointed sellers is an indicator that the market is stronger than last year, but of course only a 1% change is not that much. By the way, if this video is helpful, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'm hoping to grow this channel so I can get this information out to more people. 3rd trend is percentage of asking price. Percentage of asking price means how much discount did sellers have to give in order to get their home sold. Last year, January, this number was 96%. This means that sellers were getting 4% below what they were asking on average. This January, sellers were getting 10% below asking price. This is again pointing clearly to a weakening trend in Sonoma County. 5th is interest rates. The interest rate for a 30-year fixed mortgage now stands at 6.01%, which is a 3.5-year low. This is a trend motivating factor for buyers right now. There's generally a lot of disconcerting news out there, which is making a lot of buyers hesitant to buy. But the reduction in interest rates is offsetting this to some extent, making them a little more confident about moving forward with a purchase. Now, people are always wondering, what is the market going to do this year? Then there are always so-called experts who want to sound intelligent and give some kind of forecast based on something they have seen. Well, I can tell you, most of them are full of it. Let me give you an example, and this actually happened. I recently put a home on the market, obtained 4 offers, and drove up the price $13,000 over asking. Now, if I was a realtor who didn't study the market data, I might take that experience and make a statement that the market is super hot and you will get multiple offers. And most realtors will draw conclusions like that and broadcast it to people around them. The problem is that the data that I just showed you says that sellers are getting 10% below asking. So, this particular experience was an exception to the rule, and there are hundreds of sales where multiple offers did not happen. Really, the best way to predict what's going to happen in the next few months is to take the trends of the recent past and use that data to project into the future. Add to this my experience from the trenches, and that's how I make statements about what's going on in the market and where I expect it to go. So, here's my take on the market. Although there are a few signs of optimism, the market is generally a little weaker than last year. When I say weaker market, that's not bad for everybody. Buyers are getting some welcome relief as there are more options available to them. Sellers need to be very careful not to overprice their homes, because if they do, it will sit on the market. So it's not a seller's market, but it's also not a buyer's market. We call this a balanced market. I am Roelof Drenth, a realtor in Sonoma County, and I have personally helped 173 people buy or sell their homes. If you're thinking about relocating or just have questions about real estate, reach out to me. My contact information is in the description below. I hope this video was helpful to you. If so, give it your thumb up, and I will see you on the next one.